Hi, my name is Sammy, and I am the founder of the Probate Division here in Arizona. And we help attorneys and personal representatives just like you going through the probate process prepare and sell properties along with all of your other assets that may be in the estate, period. So one of the most common questions I get from my clients is, Sammy, should we take one of the cash offers? We've been getting a lot of cold calls since we've opened this. Or is it better to list the home on the open market? That is a really fair question, you guys, but here's the problem. If you ask the typical realtor, they were all taught the same way. The answer is fix everything, paint everything, upgrade the kitchens and the bathrooms and every room. But in probate, that advice can really create unnecessary stress, risk to the estate, and loss of money. Let me explain why a probate specialist like myself, not a regular realtor, is the one who can better advise you going through this process. The investor cash offer in probate. These are fast. They're all about speed, certainty, and simplicity. These cash offers many times can close in 1 to 2 weeks. And in probate, I've had clients where that speed can really be critical in their decision making, because they're waiting on the money in order to cover the attorney's costs, the debt, or the taxes that the estate needs to pay. These offers oftentimes don't require repairs or any cleanup. If you're a personal representative that lives out of state and you're handling a probate in Arizona, it can be costly and very stressful to take work off and fly here to do that yourself. And high certainty. You guys, cash offers eliminate financing delays, bank appraisals, and fickle buyers who back out over old roofs. These cash offers, once accepted, usually will close. Now here's the catch. The investor is looking for a discounted property so he can fix it up, sell it, and make a profit. That is his business. Sometimes you're a good candidate, other times you're not. That's where a probate specialist comes in. Instead of just saying yes to the first investor, I know how to position the property so that the estate gets better, stronger offers from other investors where they cut into each other's margins and actually bid for your property without you putting any money into it. If you do want to, on the other hand, go to a traditional sale, list the home on the open market, then I will use the multiple listing service so that we can generate that listing to hundreds of websites and maximize the value with proper marketing. So you may get multiple offers and end up with a sale way over the investor, but it may take a little longer. In the market exposure, with the multiple listing service exposing the property to the largest buyer pool, families, retirees, and even out-of-state investors are going to bid on your home. And more exposure is higher potential value. Flexible timing. Many times you can negotiate which day that it closes, but oftentimes, the buyer has a specific day they need to move in by. And here's the biggest downside. The traditional process takes longer, usually 1 to 2 months or more. Buyers may request repairs, credits, or concessions even after the inspection. So again, this is where a traditional realtor often will push the advice, fix it all so the buyer doesn't ask for more. Paint everything because white is a blank canvas, and upgrade it because that's what buyers want. But that's not true in probate. Spending thousands of dollars on repairs rarely pays off in probate. Probate properties sell as is all the time. And if you know how to market it correctly, you can too. This is where the probate division steps in. See, my approach is to analyze first, recommend second. First questions we have is, what do you want? How fast do you need the money? We don't automatically tell you to pour money into the house. We run the numbers and we compare the outcome of a cash offer versus a family making an offer. And we know when positioning the house which one makes sense. Saving the estate money and stress is the main objective. We understand probate, timelines, the court approvals, and the forms needed to get this done. A regular realtor might be great at selling homes in general or open houses on the weekend, but they're not trained for the legal, financial, and emotional layers of probate, and that lack of understanding can cost you tens of thousands of dollars, or them calling your attorney all the time asking for what's next. So it depends on the estate's priorities. If the estate needs speed, certainty, and simplicity, an investor cash offer might make sense. If the estate wants to maximize value and they have a little more time or money on their hands, that might make better sense. But in either case, what you need is a person that shows you both avenues without pushing costly repairs on you. That's why families just like you turn to the Probate Division. We know when to recommend a cash offer and which cash offer is going to pay the most, and we know when to recommend a traditional listing. And more importantly, when to tell you to do nothing to the home before it sells. I'm Sammy with the Probate Division. If you have questions or you enjoyed this video, please take the time, like and subscribe to the video, and leave a comment on what you want me to handle in the future so that we can keep these videos teaching people what they need to do. Selling a home in probate is not about selling a home. It's about protecting the estate, and that's the big difference.